Hello, I'm Mike from Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar, and today we're going to dive deep into this one-off custom Fender Mustang. Since the inception of the Guitar Bar almost a decade ago when we were operating out of my garage,
holy crap!
Michael and I were fascinated by the myriad possibilities and sonic versatility of Fender's offset body guitars. In the past few years, we've really doubled down on these custom creations, finding the Mustang and Duosonic platforms particularly ripe for pushing the envelope with custom finishes and electronics. We've tackled about a dozen of these custom builds over the last few years, but before we discuss those, it's important we lay out the process of the hows and whys of modding vintage instruments. A cornerstone of what we do here at the Guitar Bar is faithful vintage gear restoration. And we have a team of luthiers and techs both under our roof and out of house to make these instruments the best versions of themselves. This work includes restoring the contours and body shape of vintage instruments, invisibly patching routes, sourcing correct hardware and electronics, restoring nitro lacquer refinishes on custom colors, fretboard planing, truss rod replacement, fretwork. It really runs the gamut. Yet in specific cases, we come across instruments so far removed from their natural state that we feel justified in a little creative license. And few things are as creatively satisfying and just plain fun for us than creating new instruments out of vintage tone woods. The vintage Fenders we find most commonly heavily modded and chopped up beyond recognition are what's considered the student models of the 50s and 60s, the Music Master, Duosonic, and Mustang. When we're creating these instruments, we rely on a usual cast of co-conspirators, and that can typically include Marty Bell for his sparkle finishes, Curtis Novak or Jason Lawler for their pickups, and Mastery for their indispensable bridge. The real impetus behind these guitars is to create something that we haven't seen before, that has great versatility and is absolutely stacked with the best parts available. It's a real jigsaw puzzle, both aesthetically and functionally, to create something that sparks joy. The instrument needs to feel vital. And even if we're iterating on other vintage guitar models, the unique combination of finish, hardware, and electronics needs to be something we haven't seen before. For this particular Mustang build, the finish was gone, the body was routed, the electronics and plastics were missing in action, and the frets were hammered. The first order of business was to patch the non-factory routing, decide on the ideal pickup complement, and then reroute the body for this new trio of single coils. Drawing inspiration from the Silvertone Stratotone Jupiter Model 1423, we decided to outfit this guitar with a pair of Diarmid-style gold foil pickups, along with the Danelectro-style lipstick pickup in the middle position, all wound by pickup winding wizard Curtis Novak. Next, it was off to Marty Bell. Now, nobody does absolutely top-notch metal flake sparkle finishes with incredible depth and a rainbow of colors available than Marty Bell. Once back from Marty with a black sparkle finish with some blue and purple undertones, we cut a 50s style Telecaster one-ply pickguard to mount the Diarmid pickups. For pickup switching, we wanted to maximize the versatility of these coils, so we wired the two Diarmid gold foils to a four-way switch, offering the pickups individually, in parallel together, and also a fourth position in series. The lipstick can be engaged individually or in connection with either of the Diarmid style coils via a push-pull tone pot that's wired directly to the output jack. For hardware, we thankfully had the original Mustang patent-pending vibrato unit, which we paired with the indispensable Mastery M1 bridge, which we chose for its stability and note articulation. Final considerations for this build included a complete refret with vintage spec 6230 size fret wire and a hand-carved bone nut. We really love sending these guitars out into the world, and we hope that they scratch an otherwise unscratchable creative itch for their new owner. We're proud to be one of the few shops creating something new out of vintage tone woods. And for more on this Mustang and everything else we have here at the Guitar Bar, please check out mmguitarbar.com.